Member from Peace River North.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I rise in the House today to take my place this morning during our private members' debate. At this point in the pandemic, none of us are strangers to the many challenges that this has brought to all of our communities across British Columbia and across Canada. Our businesses, our community centres, religious groups, and families are still making the sacrifices every day to keep the community safe and to keep our healthcare system supported and be supporting the people that are most vulnerable. The challenges British Columbians are facing due to the pandemic, though, go beyond the health challenges and the significant economic challenges as well. Exacerbated by the province's ever-growing affordability crisis, British Columbians are seeing the cost of rent, housing, gas, food, and many other of life's basic amenities skyrocket. And skyrocket, Honourable Speaker, like we've never seen before. Fuel prices have gone through the roof. $1.67 here on the island, $1.80 today in Vancouver. A jug of milk is almost $7 in the stores now. And produce, that's pretty much out of touch for people that are most vulnerable. Excuse me. All of this combined with a slew of new and increasing taxes and fees, it's leaving less money in the pockets of average British Columbians, let alone those that are on fixed incomes. We've heard over and over again from different groups that people are one paycheck away from complete insolvency, Honourable Speaker. To make matters worse, these health and economic impacts have disproportionately, as I've mentioned, affected our most vulnerable members of our communities, our seniors, our people that are living with disabilities, those who are immunocompromised and have been unable to work due to the pandemic. In a recent MNP report on British Columbians' personal finances, it backs up the comment that 46% of British Columbians are $200 away from being completely broke. These individuals face a disproportionate number of obstacles in their daily lives. And while we are happy to see financial supports available to many British Columbians, we must recognize how carefully so many of these individuals specifically balance their budgets through various streams of income earned through their work, as well as provincial and federal supports. You know, unfortunately, Madam Speaker, my apologies, we only need to scroll through social media, whether it's Twitter or Facebook, to see the many people that are on fixed incomes, persons with disabilities, that are supplementing their daily grocery bill by visiting the food bank, or by doing asks on social media, asking for assistance, asking for someone to buy necessities so that they can get through their month. Many of these British Columbians that rely on the steady and reliable income, both federal and provincial, assistance to help pay for the things that they need: rent, gas, utilities, groceries, etc. Other life's basic necessities. More importantly, these British Columbians depend on an open and transparent consultation and notification from their government so that they can plan accordingly. Their budgets are way too tight and difficult to maintain without notification on changes to their payments. So you can understand, obviously, why there was shock and disappointment recently when many folks saw a reduction in their disability checks and income assistance without warning. Last year, we heard on the media, and I heard, and I know others have heard from constituents, that people are no longer exempt from federal employee insurance as an income asset. You can imagine the shock and dismay to many of these folks that saw an already almost invisible paycheck become even less. As a result, British Columbians collecting disability and income assistance did see their checks reduced. I've heard stories from constituents and many social advocates who have learned that In December, their EI benefits would no longer be listed as that asset, and it was still on the website, unfortunately, right up until the end of December before they were notified that there would be no exemption. What might seem as a minor mistake has real impacts to people, catastrophic consequences to thousands of British Columbians. It means the difference of paying rent or missing a rent check, buying groceries or not buying groceries, and many other pieces of their budget. This kind of miscommunication and misdirection must not happen again. But it seems to be happening more and more as far as miscommunication. There's been a lot of criticism recently by social service support advocates for issues around COVID-19 pandemic supports. And now we want to make sure that, and together we must ensure in this House that British Columbians do indeed have the supports that they need and the assistance that they deserve so that they can endure the many challenges that this pandemic has already impacted their lives. Honourable Speaker, with that, I'll take my seat and look forward to hearing my colleague.